We're on the Beyond the Surface a podcast. I'm your host, Mark George Mbare, alongside the hitmaker of Tomangani Morena. This is Badilah. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm very fine, Mr. McG. How are you?
Yeah, just give us a brief of who is Badilah in just a few words,
Badilah is a Beitbridge artist. Badilah is my stage name, my real name being Gift Liso Nolon Ndlovu.
Hey.
Born and bred in Beitbridge, 100% Beitbridgean. Yeah.
Yeah, just can you tell us about your background and how it influenced your music? Like, since you're an artist, how it influenced you to become a musician anyway?
Initially, growing up at high school,
Yeah.
I had so much passion for football. But then because of some situations that were beyond my control, I had to discover my talent in singing. My inspirations being my sisters, Ayanda, Akona, and also other these big other artists. I remember by that time we had hitmakers from Gobulawayo. They were going by the name Three Kings. They produced a hit, Seka Mapilid. So from then, that's when I grew the passion for singing when I was at high school, Chazet Moyo High School.
So your sister is your biggest inspiration.
Yes.
How does she influence you in that way?
You know, growing up in a family and seeing her, she will travel even to Harare and you even see her on television. So I just drew the passion, I just drew the inspiration from that and said, no man, my sister is doing good. I can also, initially I wanted us to merge and maybe sing together, but because of the difference in our genres, she's a gospel singer and I'm a house artist. You see, we had to do separate things, but all in all, she was my inspiration. She's the reason why I got into this music thing.
Yeah, she's a gospel singer.
Yes.
And you are a house singer.
Yes.
How did you come to this genre of house? I mean, like, it must have been something that made you to choose that genre.
Yeah. You know what? Boys being boys and growing up in a boarding setup, you see, we used to like these grooving things and stuff. Every weekend at school, there was these functions. We would call them Tata. Whereby the entertainment community would organize something like a party at night. So from that, I would see people dancing so hard to house music, and then I just told myself, no, one day I want to sing and let my music be played and people be happy the way these people are. So that's when I saw, no, house music is life, man. So that's how I got into house music.
Yeah, you were like, what fun was a
Yeah, you see.
You do house music.
yes.
And in that house genre, estimately, how many, songs have you released so far?
Just an estimate. I have 2 albums and quite a number of singles. Yeah. I have 2 albums and quite a number of singles.
Each album raised how many?
Each album having a minimum of 8 tracks.
That's more than, if you combine these two, that's
more than 16 tracks, yeah. Besides these other singles, and sometimes I do feature in other people's projects.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as your career, you went on singing this house music. What was your biggest challenge? I mean, you ever faced in this music industry? As an artist, personally, it's a huge industry sometimes.
Yeah. Talking of that, for anything, when you're starting anything for it to work, it has to capital. You have to have capital.
Yeah.
So by mentioning capital, I'm trying to stress out the financial issues. Yes, I might sing and do everything, but I need money to market my music and to make my music go out there to the people. Play it on radio, shoot music videos that will also air on television channels. So the major thing when I started, it was an issue of capital, having money to push my works. But as a hustler, you always come up with means, man. You always come up with plans how to do that. If you don't have the money, then you have to push hard and maybe do something and then make sure that what you want to fund, you at the end of the day, you fund it. You see.
And how did you overcome? I mean, when you're beginning, there's always a solution as time goes on. How did you do that?
Yes. So the thing is, I knew I had this talent of singing. And my parents always encouraged me to study hard. So I went to tertiary education with that mind of acquiring knowledge and then maybe seek for a job later. And that job, maybe from that job, I can fund my music from that. You know, the one big mistake that we as artists make is to just want to rely on that talent only. There's a famous saying that says talent only cannot take you somewhere. You always need other supporting things for your talent to go far. You see, so I studied IT at JM Poly, and then later on I had to find a job so that whatever I want to fund, let's say, music is seasonal, man.
Yeah.
There are some times that you cannot get bookings. This season is not for partying, and you don't have any booking for performances. That means your things will be a bit tricky for that moment. So you always need to find other things to do. Think outside the box. And not rely only on your talent. If you do side hustles, then you can always beef up your career at the music side. Yeah.
Like, so in terms of those challenges, did you face any type of, in terms of the genre, any challenge in terms of the genre?
What I can say is that yes, there were challenges, but they were not that big. Considering that we are in Beitbridge. We are just a few kilometers away from South Africa, where house music is loved most. So sometimes I would get the opportunity to mix and mingle with other guys from the South African side, and having Beitbridge with vendor-speaking people, and also Messina, we having vendor-speaking people. The connection sometimes just happens naturally. It's not that, So music has no boundaries, man. So I think that's how I got to manage the challenges in as much as a reception from the people. Yes.
Yeah. You went away. You went for a long time releasing this music, but you released one of the songs that I know. Tomangane Mrena. That was one of the songs. Tell me the story behind that song, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? Tomangane is not a song, man. Tomangane is a prayer, man.
Yeah.
It's a prayer. It's a prayer, and the prayer thanking God, asking God, and at the same time thanking God for everything that He has done for me. God has been good to me. God has been good to my family. God has been good to my friends and everyone out there. So Tomangane, to tell you the truth, I never wrote that song. I just went to the studio. We had Mark Jizo in the studio. He's the one who produced that track. Just go to the studio, man. And then something just came up. No, let me ask God to bless me more and thank Him also for what He has done for me. Because, being an artist, man, there are a lot of artists as we speak right now. But for you to be chosen and people to love you and people to support your works, it really takes grace, man. It's God. That's God. So, Tomangane is a prayer. It's a prayer. So, yes. If I go on and on talking about it, man, I might end up even shedding some tears. Tabero Kruana inokobva ngangoma mbiluni yake aikotobva ibva kule sangama ndichikobalibuwa mrema
ya nyimbo dzinodza
zoyantha ingamanda, because that track also got a distribution deal from an American company. Yes.
Did you ever have these big accolades, awards, besides that song that it was having a big deal all the way to America?
Yeah, before Tomangane, I won an award in Gweru. That was 2018 at the Glamour Awards. I won an award. If I tell you of thanking God, man, and if I tell you of how God has been good to me. 2018, that's the year I got my first musical award in Gweru. So I won the best alternative artist in a category where there was Shashley, Coco Africa, Talkie Vibes, and me.
Yeah.
We were 4 on that category. And then I won that award. That was my first ever musical award.
When you see that award, you remember when I asked you the genre problems?
Yes.
I questioned that genre problem when I was looking. You are coming from a minority language when you sing. That house is from the minority language.
Yes.
Then it goes to pop sounds.
Yes.
That's where I wanted you to answer it
You do,
in that perspective.
All right. Yeah, like, man, music has no boundaries. When you hit it correct,
Yeah.
I always also enjoy some Swahili songs, but I don't even understand what they'll be saying. So if it hits you, that's there's a famous quote also that says, the good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So coming from a minority tribe, yes, I understand. But if you do good, people appreciate whether they hear the language or not.
Which song did it take you to that award? I mean?
It's Nkonera. By that time, I have seen something about the way I do these tracks.
Yeah.
Mostly the tracks that are more like gospel, like from me.
Yeah.
They're
house, but they're like
yes, they're house gospel.
But they have the gospel lyrics.
Lyrics, exactly.
Yeah.
So those are the songs that most of the times get big reception from people. So the track was Murena Bonkonera, Mwari Mandigonera, Uthixo Uyangenzela. That's also the track that aired on Channel O, DSTV Channel O.
Yeah, you went on to DSTV Channel O.
Yes. The music video aired on Channel O in February 2019.
So before you move, what was the best song that you ever did? Not the best that maybe people say this, but what you feel like this is the best song that I ever released? Because some like you can release a song and people just jump, but you yourself feel like the other one that didn't make people jump, but that was the best.
That was the best
track
for me. That one is you said besides Nkonera and Tomangana.
Yeah, even if they are there, but
yes,
the one that you sing and feel like, this is the best for you.
Yeah.
Without including before it, you sing that song, but before it reaches people, did you think it was best? I want that song. Which was the best?
I would say Msanda
wa Tate.
Yabo Stouts.
Yeah.
That track, there's a big story behind that track.
Yeah.
There's a big story behind that track because we just did that track under pressure and we were supposed to perform the following day at Hamsanda Mpande. There was a culture day thing. So we just did, if I tell you something, we recorded that track in a classroom.
Yeah.
Yes, I was at Gem Paul by that time. So I had to ask my producer, no man, just...
Who was the producer by the time?
It's Lance Hebron and DJ Drums, yes, from Gwanda. So they're the ones who produced that track. So we did that track in a hurry, man. But I would feel that, no, this track would be big.
What was the message behind that track?
The message behind that track, it was just... It was a praise song to the chief.
Yeah, this is our tradition.
Tradition, we are traditionalist men. We believe so much in our roots. So it was just thanking the chief. Rikoribu wa Musanda washu, litakura la venda, rovari sina buyo, zino bone vo genera. It
was like a praise, it was like a prayer at the same time.
Yes, you see, if you remember, if you take it well, there's this other guy in South Africa who does but that one is a yes, you see, he does poetry to the president of South Africa, Ramaphosa. So it was more like of praise.
Your chief.
Yeah, in Chivenda we say Zirendo.
Yeah, and
Zirendo.
Yeah. Random Sanda, which thousand.
Yeah.
So if you were given the opportunity to go back and sing that song, what would you change in that song? I mean, it's one of your best.
Absolutely nothing, and I wouldn't change anything.
What would you add? I mean,
no, that track, man, is just fine as it is. I wouldn't add anything. I wouldn't subtract anything. It's just a hit as it is. It's fine.
So that's one of your best songs you ever released, and
yes,
you feel like what message do you when you sing that song, those songs, Tomangane, Wonkoneda, what message? There is one, let me put an example of this one.
Yeah.
That one you sing with weak what? Chisima Chakule. You send me this
Oh,
artist.
Wikiman, yeah.
Winkman. You send me
Yeah.
that artist they call Winkman.
Yes,
Chisima
yes.
Chakule.
Yeah.
I mean, with that kind of message, it's always like it's a proverb when you are those songs they are prayers, but there seems like there's a proverb in
proverb
each and
in-
over that song.
Exactly.
And this one, Chisima Chakule,
Yeah.
Chivulai Samu Dora. Tell us what was the message that you are getting from that you want the viewers or the listeners to get behind those music.
That track touches more on the mjolo things.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pass a message to people,
Yeah.
especially those in long distance relationships.
Yeah.
By saying chisima chakule chivulaisa mutudora.
Yeah.
I will translate it to English, maybe saying, when the well is far away from where you stay, you tend to die of thirst.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to encourage people that no, distance. Let this distance be not something that will contribute to your relationship failures and stuff. You can have your partner in Egypt, whether they go for a year, you are here. That's no excuse for you to go around and be saying, no, she's far away and stuff. So I just wanted to pass a message to people that no, chisima chakule chivulaisa mutudora mara svitu ndizvaukondererana ri.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your genre is quite unique in terms of this community locally in Beitbridge.
Yes.
So when I can say, how do you work with the promoters here in Beitbridge? I mean, if they are they promoters? First of all, are they promoters?
Yeah, they are promoters in Beitbridge. But I think for promoters to know an artist, an artist is supposed to have done exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Exceptionally well. Yeah, you can't expect a promoter from Harare to just know you when you release your songs and just share your songs with maybe your hood, just people around you.
Yeah.
You have to go an extra mile. We have radio stations these days. We have these Facebook pages and stuff promoting people and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to go there, push yourself, and make sure the promoters know your name. Mentioning about that, we have done a lot of work in terms of marketing our music. You see, the promoters these days, I'm seeing this Swan cigarette. Yeah, of course, they're marketing their thing, but they are becoming more promoters. They're pushing hard. So we also got a booking from Swan last year when they launched their edition here in Beitbridge.
There's artists from Beitbridge.
From Beitbridge, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite well, but they're not from Beitbridge.
Yeah, they're not from Beitbridge, of course. Yeah.
Like you've worked with different producers, like the one who produced that one, the Msanda Wanga, and Magjizo produced this one, the Tomanga Nemrena.
Yeah.
Which producer in Beitbridge can you say is one of the best? Like one of the best? Of course, when you say one of the best, they're always the best, but there's always one you can prefer most of the time. This one for me.
Yeah.
Because when you say it is the best, you don't speak for others. You speak for you.
Yeah, that's true. I like the way you mentioned it.
Yeah.
One of the best.
One of the best for you.
Meaning they can also be other best.
Yeah.
So yeah. Personally, I have worked with Magjizo for a long time. For a long time, way back. So for me, I would just say Magjizo.
He's also an artist.
Yes, he's also an artist, and he also understands the house music part. So basically, for me, I would say it's Magjizo.
And besides, like Magjizo
from outside Beitbridge,
without counting Magjizo from being the producer or the artist, we exclude Magjizo, we exclude Badilah.
Yeah.
Who else can be one of the best in music? You can choose any genre, maybe in house or here in Beitbridge locally, because most of the people don't know people here.
That's true. You mean one of the artists
or 2, 3 maybe.
All right. Yeah. I have quite a number of my boys who are doing very well. If you remember very well, December, people were jumping all around in parties here, weddings and stuff. There are my boys by the name Jack Swagger and Prince Rebel, and also those are the boys I worked on that hit track Dinamutu. So
Those are one of the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're big talents. Just give them a few years, man. You see wonders there. They're doing really well. They're doing really well, and I also love to see you having them here one day. You see.
So, what do you think lacks here in Beitbridge? I mean, for you guys, for these other young stars, man, to be like you played in Channel O, you know, having awards, not just being recognized in Beitbridge, but what lacks in Beitbridge from them to be recognized? Maybe somewhere, you know.
Okay, yeah. I'll always mention this. The marketing part is one challenging side. So I think if they can get some funding or some deals, because for a music video, to tell you the truth, if you want a quality music video, I mean, I think you must budget something like minimum of $500. So $500 for a ghetto youth who has never gotten a booking around, and that's just
Stressing.
that's just a challenge, man. So that means that talent will just die. They won't go anywhere. So I'm actually happy we have people like you, Zia Media. You can engage those guys, and then maybe if they want music videos, I've seen your packages, man. They are very frank, and maybe do music videos with those guys. Then they push. Yeah.
So, in terms of your whole career, what was your best, I mean, advice you ever got? Maybe from an artist, like, you know, you will always have in every career, you always have that person who will be giving you one of the best advice.
All right. I just remembered something. We have what we call amakrutman in Beitbridge, like our elders, you know, our elders who have been in this industry way before us.
Yeah.
Man, there's DJ Wallace. You know DJ Wallace?
Yeah.
DJ Wallace is a very popular DJ since way back, man.
Yeah.
So there's this other day when we were doing a road show for Locha FM, for the launch of Locha FM. So Wallace we're just discussing, and Wallace talking about these things, man. And then one of the things that he said to me, my boy, you know what? This industry of yours, you are now big, you are now growing big. You are famous now. One thing for sure that I will tell you, ladies will flock. Like ladies, you know, man.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
They always flock.
Ladies will throw themselves at you. So please take care of yourself. Fame is good, but it's also dangerous. If you play carelessly, in a few years' time, you'll be forgotten, you'll be nowhere.
Yeah.
So just play it safe. We know ladies would come from all angles because you're now famous. So everyone would want to be with you.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that he told me ever since that day.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten those words. They always ring in my mind every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always, as an artist, you always have that worst experience you ever experienced in the industry of music, you know, the frustrating one.
The frustrating one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Man.
You always have enjoyable ones, not the worst one.
The worst ones.
But there's always one that you can forget. Like, this one, man. It's stressful, man.
I'm trying to think. I'll come back to you, man. I'm trying to think. Let me scratch my head.
Yeah. So, like, what was one of your memorable, man? Performance. Maybe it's a gig. Yeah.
Yeah, there are quite a number of them, but let me just mention one. Or even two.
Yeah.
That's fine, man. So my first memorable gig, it was outside Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
In Limpopo.
Yeah.
At a place called Beria Madzonga, Zgodini.
Yeah, Zgodini.
Yes, I went there for Makadzi's birthday celebration. She had invited me that side. It was during that time of Matorokis, Matorokis. Yeah. So that was one of my memorable events because I got there. Those people didn't know me. So what they did, those guys, they slaughtered 2 South African artists before me.
Yeah.
Because they knew that if for someone new, you don't just have to throw them.
Yeah.
Let the people from that area grace the stage first, and then we have the foreigner after them. So I got to the stage, man. the experience was so nice because from Beitbridge, I used to know that when performing, you go with the DJ and they put that laptop there. But that side, man, they were just doing the thing. That visual you see in a laptop, so that it was there, right? The decks were there, right? And then I just gave the DJ my flash. Man, it was a movie. People jumping, man. It was my first time in South Africa, but the people enjoyed.
Yeah.
So I know that was one of my most memorable events.
So from your fans,
Yeah.
what could they expect in these coming years? I mean, any project that they could expect anytime soon?
Absolutely. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes, man. It's just a matter of time. We will roll them out. Let me tell you of just one project. We have a big track coming out soon, featuring Prohid from South Africa. The Ndipotangapi Hitmaker. So it's a track that it's just going through quality control, our quality control guys. Otherwise, it's a finished track. We're just waiting to
be approved.
Yes, to approve and then upload it on digital platforms and then release it. Yeah.
So if you could, before I ask that, which beside Proid, this is a South African artist.
Yes.
Beside the Weak Man, that one.
Yeah.
Which other one of the best artists you ever collaborated with?
I'll mention of my guys from Gwanda. I stayed in Gwanda for a long time when I was at college.
Yeah.
I had a guy called Jejington. Yes, Yasbambeg.
Yeah.
And also Scholar.
Yeah.
Yes, Scholar now he does what he's now pushing his Gwanda magazine thing.
Yeah.
But he's still an artist though.
Yeah.
So yeah, the blend, we blended so well when we did our collaborations.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some of the artists that I say I know from the projects I worked with.
You never mentioned Yasbambeg when you were talking about this. It's one of the songs that I firstly heard when I was like, no, Jejington, Yasbambeg. Then I put my head defender, like, wow, it sounds nice.
Yeah.
But he's quite one of the best music.
Yeah.
So if you could collaborate, any which, either alive or dead, 3.
Artist 3.
Yeah, 3.
Man, my first is Professor Mkonzeni Langa from Kalawa Jasmine in South Africa.
Yeah, I know that one.
He's my role model.
That's your role model.
He is my role model.
Yeah.
So one is Professor.
Yeah.
Second one, obvious, man. It's the gaffer. Winky. Yes, I really love this.
So you're a gaffer.
Yes, I'm a gaffer, man. You see?
Yeah.
So I think if one day if God can bless me, then maybe I do a house. I want a house thing with.
Yeah, not.
Yes, a house thing with the gaffer.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then lastly, the third one, man.
Yeah.
It's the queen, the vendor queen, man.
Yeah, Kazinet.
Yeah,
you always go with that one.
Yes, you see.
Because it's one of your favorite.
I was supposed to mention you first.
Yeah.
You see, honor ladies, but all in all, those are my 3 top.
Yeah, you could mention him last, but doesn't mean he's last because you mentioned your role model.
Yes.
That is Professor. So of course, Makazi would come lastly because he's just a favorite artist.
Yes.
Then Winky D.
Yeah.
What about the dead ones?
The dead ones.
Yeah. The legends.
The legends, man. But let me just mention, but we must let the dead ones rest, man.
Yeah.
Let them rest. Yeah. But there's always this legend, Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi.
Yeah.
His music was...
You were fortunate.
Yeah.
You would collaborate with that, right?
Big time.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi in my playlist.
Yeah.
He's still... Yeah.
So just then... Is it coming up? What could you say to our upcoming artists, here in Beitbridge?
Yeah, the thing is, guys, let's push. I have heard a lot of artists crying of sabotage and stuff.
Yeah.
Sabotage is always there in every industry. There's sabotage.
Yeah.
But let's not give room for sabotage so that when we fail, we just want to blame other people and stuff.
Yeah.
If you go through plan A and your plan A doesn't work, you try your plan B. If plan B doesn't work, try plan C. There are a lot of angles that we can explore, man, for our music to get there. And then the other thing, I would encourage people to do more collaborations. There is power in collaboration.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who follow you.
Yeah.
They know you.
Yeah.
And there are people who know me.
Yeah.
If we collaborate, that means your people will be my people. My people will be your people. That one on its own increases your following coverage. And it also benefits me, you see. Because sometimes we have seen people, when you approach people for collaborations, that start thinking, no, so I'm now big, this guy wants to collaborate with me. No, that's not it. That's not it. There's power in teamwork than individualism. You see. So let's do more of collaborations, guys. Yes. And then the other thing that I want to just give to these other upcoming artists. Let's not try to enhance our talents through drugs and everything.
I wanted to ask you then.
Yes.
Because I've seen several artists using that.
No, that's very bad. Because drugs, man, they are killing the future of
our youngsters.
Yes, they are killing the future of our youngsters. They are not good at all. Let's do away with drugs. Let's work natural. If you have a talent of singing, then let it come natural. Don't try to say, when I... there are two pools, and go telling the lyric serious. No, it doesn't work that. It doesn't work that way, man.
It's something else.
Something else. Let's not.
So just in the part of your career. I mean, what do you think it was one of your most strength in order to become maybe a successful artist you are today? Yeah,
of course, man. You know, on your own, you cannot do much. So I will give credit to my family. They supported me, man. They support me wherever I go. I share something on Facebook, on my social media platforms. Yes, they're the ones who comment and stuff, you see. And they always give me the support back at home there, you know. You're doing good. Keep on pushing. You're doing good. This is good. This is great. And sometimes when there's need, they support in whatever way they can. You know, I just introduced the Vuani, Rifoste. Exactly,
that's one of my favorites.
You see. So they support you. You know, when you wake up early in the morning, you see your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins putting on their status Vuani Rifoste, and also buying the t-shirts. So, you know, they're the ones who keep me motivated. So every time, wherever I go out there, I just want to make sure that I make them proud. Yes.
So what could you say to this in terms of nurturing talent as an artist? I mean, what could you say about that?
Thank you so much for that one. That's a good one. You know, nurturing talent. We have seen there are some parents, some guardians who upon realizing that their child is good at something, they try to discourage them. No, don't do this soccer thing. Don't do this music thing. Don't do this drama thing. Focus on your books and stuff. It's good. Education is the foundation. We all need to be educated. Ne? But let's also remember that we are not always gifted the same. Right? So don't discourage the youngsters to pursue whatever dreams or talents they have. Just try to make sure they balance the academic side and also their talent side. Don't ever try to make them do away with one of those. Try to nurture them and make them understand the balance between the two, you see. Because it's just that maybe we are unfortunate in Zimbabwe, talent is not that much. But when you go out there, man, have you ever heard how much those soccer players in Europe and stuff are earning?
Or artists being booked.
You see. That's a lot of money. Because sometimes God, we are not gifted the same way. But you cannot expect that Mark G is very intelligent and also you expect me also to be very intelligent. No, man, it doesn't work that way. Because in Vendabari, Mpongampo, Mikobe actually
that's one of the songs. How did you come with that one? I didn't forgot.
I was also trying to stress out that issue. This issue I'm just mentioning out. So it's saying Mpongampo Mikobe actually is a fan. Risingoto Raberida ori mwana wabo ange mwana wa makelwa. Ngari mudzimu banguzubya ngaende. Mungena mungu unampho yawo. Adere ndizo.
Yeah, it sounds so clear in terms of that trend. I mean, I see you in terms of this. They've already made you an archive. I mean, here you are now big here in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say Badilah from Beitbridge.
Yeah.
You are now in textbooks. I mean, school textbooks. Whenever I open the textbooks,
Yeah,
which one of the songs that you know from Beitbridge? The real textbook, man.
Yeah,
It's about
yeah,
education, man. You're now an example in education, man. I mean, you open the textbook, one of the famous the vendor tradition music, Badilah. Man, how did that come out, man? I'm surprised.
So that's one of the things that I'm saying. The credit goes to the people out there who are supporting us. I was also surprised to see someone just sent me a picture and say, "Ah, man,
You had written the book with Oliver Mtuku.
Yeah, there was Oliver Mtuku in my chest also in that textbook. I think the textbooks are also there. There's a bookshop down there. Is it my top or something? Yeah. So I was so surprised. No, I mean, this textbook, man. Someone just sent me a picture and said, isn't this you, man?
Yeah.
But it's all God's grace, man.
Yeah, you are asked, a child here in Zimbabwe is being asked, which traditional artist do you know?
No, yeah.
It's Badilah.
Yeah.
From Beitbridge all the way. You come from a small populated town.
Yeah.
We have seen many artists.
Yeah.
They are huge.
Huge.
But they're not there in this in history. Now you're already in history.
Yeah.
Because when you go into 2030, 20 what, people will be like, whenever, even if you are gone,
yes, they will remember.
Children will still read the books.
Yeah.
They test the book at school in primary level to see, this is an example from an artist from who preserve culture.
Yeah. So that's one of the most important things. Yeah, we might do music, the modern music and stuff, but let's not forget to carry to care and preserve our culture, man. Let's not do away with our culture.
Yeah.
Our culture is what we are. Our culture defines us. Our history defines us.
Yeah.
So let's always remember where we come from.
Mm-hmm. Before we close up, what would you say to your fans? I mean, they'll be watching a bunch of them,
Okay, to my friends out there, thank you so much for supporting me. I know there are a lot of artists that you could have supported, but you chose Badilah and you just put your faith on Badilah. A lot of things are coming this year.
Yeah.
We are working on projects this year, amazing projects with amazing people. So expect fireworks. I just want to make you proud and thank you so much for supporting me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Until we meet next time, just hit that subscribe button into our social media at Zia Media, at YouTube, at Zia